Shema everyone, and welcome back to Who News, a monthly interactive series bringing you updates and reaction from the world of Doctor Who, as well as various subsections that you can get involved with. So before we kick off, make sure you click like and subscribe for more Doctor Who videos, check out our social media and our gaming channel at youtube.com/skybotgaming, and if you want to support our channel, you can do so by going to coffee.com/skybotfilm, or you can join us on Patreon at patreon.com/skybotfilm for lots of digital rewards. And since I mentioned the gaming channel, Doctor Who The Edge of Reality is arriving this month on September 30th. Doctor Who The Edge of Reality is the newest Doctor Who game to hit consoles and PC and continues the story from Doctor Who The Edge of Time. The game will release on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam and Nintendo Switch. However, it's worth noting that although on the promotional art it says PS4 and PS5, the game is actually a native PS4 game that's playable on the PS5 through backwards compatibility. They may release a PS5 upgrade down the line, but for the moment it will be a PS4 title. The Edge of Reality is a reimagining of Doctor Who The Edge of Time. So for those of you who are not able to play Doctor Who The Edge of Time because of the lack of a VR headset, you should be able to play through the various levels and set pieces found in Doctor Who The Edge of Time in Doctor Who The Edge of Reality. The Edge of Reality contains the same building blocks and storyline as The Edge of Time, but has expanded environments, new controls for console and PC, and brand new gameplay. For example, in Doctor Who The Edge of Time, the first location is the laundrette and courtyard, but in The Edge of Reality, there's an area 4 times the size added in just this first part alone. The puzzles from the laundrette have been altered and expanded, and the player will be able to pick up almost anything and throw it around the world. And those of you who have played Doctor Who The Edge of Time, there will be differences. There'll be an interesting turn somewhere in the story, including new locations, new monsters such as the Cyberman, the 10th Doctor's appearance, and the Chaosverse, all of which didn't appear in Doctor Who The Edge of Time. The game was developed to be over 5 hours long, and this isn't a very long game, so this should be reflected in the price. However, at the time of recording, they have not revealed a price for the game yet, but I'd expect it to be somewhere around the £30 to £40 mark. And with that, there are also 2 DLC drops planned for Doctor Who The Edge of Reality. And if you're wondering where this information comes from, it's from a Reddit Ask Me Anything with the game's developers. They did this shortly after the game was revealed, and I'll put the link to it in the description. All of this was accurate at the time it took place, but obviously through the development process we don't know if they've made any changes. Although the game has been described as a console and PC only game, I can only hope that they'll include a VR update in the future. But for now, I can't wait to play the game the way that it was developed for. Be sure to check out our gaming channel at youtube.com/skybotgaming, as I will be playing this game when it releases. Also, check out my playthrough of Doctor Who The Edge of Time and Doctor Who The Lonely Assassins, which are also on that channel. Next up, it's revealed that the next Titan comic story will be called Empire of the Wolf. It will feature the 8th and 11th Doctor teaming up with Rose Tyler. In this comic, Rose is pulled out of her parallel universe and into this reality, where she must work with the Doctors to end the tyrannical rule of the warmongering Bad Wolf Empress. The story falls under the Doctor Who comic banner and seemingly shows once again that Titan Comics are creating standalone stories that are easier to jump onto than the previous ongoing adventures. Issue 1 will be out on November 3rd and is a celebration of 25 years since the 8th Doctor's first appearance in the Doctor Who movie. And also it will be 11 years since the 11th Doctor. At the time of recording, it's available to pre-order on the Kindle and Comixology format for £2.55, or you can order a physical copy from forbiddenplanet.com for £2.65, but there's a £1 delivery fee. So we're now going to take a look on the time-space visualizer, and last month I asked you what your thoughts were about the next Doctor, and here's what you had to say. This first comment is from DieRuin01, and they say, "My casting is Sheen for 14. So your choice is similar to mine. I would love to see Sheen in the role, but I am keeping an open mind for whoever they cast. Next up we have the TARDIS Zone official YouTube channel who says #Sheen for 14. And I just had to put that in there because I think it has a really nice ring to it, and maybe we could start some sort of Twitter movement. This next comment is from Sci-Fi is Life Gaming, and they say Jo Martin, because she was a better Doctor than Jodie, plus it would help reverse what the Timeless Child and Fugitive of the Judoon had done. Honestly, we've had a few comments saying that Jo Martin should take over, and this is actually quite surprising to me, because in the show it was kind of made clear that she was a pre-Hartnell Doctor, but the support for her to take over is incredible, and yeah, she did do a really good job in the role in her limited time in Series 12. Finally, we have a comment from Stephanie Page, who says, I'd like to see Emma Stone play 14th Doctor Who. Now I like this one because it's a casting that hasn't been thrown around a lot, but it makes you think what she would be like in the role. Although maybe a bit unlikely, I did think she was good in Cruella. We're now going to move into the Monster of the Month section, and Doctor Who is known for its various Monsters of the Week, and this is the section where we celebrate all the various monsters and one-and-done villains from throughout the show's history. Each month I'll give a ribbon to one monster to elevate its lowly status from Monster of the Week to that of Monster of the Month. Then, at the end of 12 months, each of the 12 Monster of the Months will have a chance to win the lucrative Monster of the Year, as voted for by you. And this month I'm going to be talking about the Mara, first appearing in the story Kinder from 1982, then again in Snake Dance in 1983. And I think the concept of the Mara is good enough for a return to the show as a villain who's pulling all the strings from the shadows, and the showing of a snake tattoo to show who's been under the possession of the Mara. The Mara as a manifestation of pure evil is definitely a concept worth exploring. As the Mara uses others before it can manifest a physical presence, this opens up a multiversal mystery that could allow for other unseen horrors. Similar to the way that the Void was a gap between universes and the Kasabian were from an alternate universe. And if the Mara could find a way to survive only as an entity and not physically, I think it would be really strong. And this would eliminate its weakness of being so evil that it can't stand the sight of its own reflection. And with the appearance of Colony Saf in The Magician's Apprentice and The Witch's Familiar, the BBC could once again do a big CGI snake. On the DVD version of Kinder, they even have an option to change the effects from the original puppet snake to a more modern CGI snake.
Keep it in the circle! Steven! Keep it in the circle! Steven!
In Torchwood, the creatures known only as the Fairies were said to have been part Mara by Captain Jack, although this was never really expanded. The Mara also features as a villain in the book Doctor Who Tales of Trenzalore, the 11th Doctor's Last Stand, as one of the creatures that visits the town of Christmas when the Doctor dare not speak his name. Overall, the Mara is a really interesting and powerful villain that I think could be relatively easy and effective to be brought back to the show. So congratulations to the Mara, who's been awarded the Monster of the Month for being so evil that it couldn't bear to see itself on screen for nearly 40 years. And we're now going to go into the biggest library in the universe, where I talk about how to experience Doctor Who content for free. And those of you who follow this channel will know that when Doctor Who Time Fracture opened in London back in May, I went and did a vlog on the very first showing. However, the show is currently postponed due to the heavy rainfall and flooding causing damage to the sets and props. All tickets that have been booked up to September 30th have been given credit to be used to book another performance or can be fully refunded. They are looking to reopen in the autumn and I urge you to go see it if you can. However, on the 18th and 19th of September, Doctor Who Time Fracture will make an appearance on West End Live, which returns to London in 2021. And from what I gather, West End Live is where all the various shows in London, from Wicked to Mamma Mia, come together to perform on stage live in Trafalgar Square. Each show performs for around 5 to 10 minutes, and many of them feature costumes and props from the shows. The show is confirmed to be free and unticketed, so you don't need to book. However, over 18s will be asked to show proof of COVID status. So if you are in London or you want to make a trip to see all the various shows London has to offer, you'll be treated to a showing from Doctor Who Time Fracture. And if you're not close enough, don't worry, you can follow West End Live 2021 on their Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, with highlights appearing on their YouTube channel. So whether you want to see a bit of what to expect from a visit to Doctor Who Time Fracture, or perhaps you've already been to Time Fracture and you want to see if they'll show something from a path you didn't follow, be sure to check it out on September 18th and 19th. So that's all I've got time for this month. Thanks very much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned by clicking like and subscribe for more Doctor Who videos, and leave a comment down below for a chance to be featured in the next Who News. Be sure to follow us on social media and check out our gaming channel at youtube.com/skybotgaming, and hit the notification bell to be notified when Doctor Who The Edge of Reality is being played. If you want to support our channel, you can do so by going to coffee.com/skybotfilm, or you can join us on Patreon at patreon.com/skybotfilm for lots of digital rewards. So with all that said and done, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!